Hey y'all, Saturday, May 7th, 9:36 p.m. Um, and I'm doing the Saturday challenge, the conversation starter. The question I chose was, as a child, what did you want to be when you grew up? I guess when I read this one, it made me kind of sad, because when I thought about it, there's so many things that I wanted to be that didn't work out because of the reality of getting there into what the job actually was. When I was younger, first thing I can remember that I wanted to be was an NBA player. And this might shock some of you guys, but I don't know if you guys knew this already, but I was really into basketball when I was younger. Like after school, during school, weekends, I would spend all my spare time, if not playing video games. Priority one was basketball, and it was going to the park 4 blocks away from my house, carrying my basketball, either on a bike or walking, and just practicing and meeting people and playing. But it consumed my time, and when I was young, I watched a lot too, and I always noticed that there was never an Asian guard playing basketball, and professional basketball. For those that don't know basketball, like guards are typically they're the shorter ones, and they're the scorers. They're the ones on the perimeter. They're the executioners. As I grew older, it became more realistic that that's nothing short of a pipe dream, even for people that are not Asian, but whatever. My next one that I carried on to college actually was to be a psychiatrist or a forensic psychologist, and it stemmed from me watching Law and Order SVU as a child, because that show was always on, and it was always the only good thing on during the late hours or the early mornings, or just in weird times where I wanted to turn on the TV. And I remember, I don't remember the character's name, but I remember the actor's name, B.D. Wong. And I remember, I still watch the show. Actually, I think it's still running too, that show. But I don't think B.D. Wong's still in it though. But I remember, I thought it was so cool that that character could walk into a room, examine the victim, but the suspect's behaviors and mannerisms for like 2 minutes, and come up with psychological conclusions of why he acted that way. I thought that was so cool. Just to read people, just to know what they're thinking, and to just diagnose them on the spot, because you're just so smart, and you just got human behavior and thoughts to a T, to a science, and that's what kind of drove me to pursue a psychology degree at first, was to either become a psychiatrist or a forensic psychologist. And then, as you delve into the major, you learn that, it's it's not as cut and dry as the show, obviously. But as a kid, I didn't know that. It was mostly, theory and case study that you apply to patients, Um, so it wasn't exactly what I thought, and it became a major I kind of regretted, but I still appreciate it. I still respect it, and in a way I don't respect it. And here I am pursuing political science and things about government. Funny thing about my current aspirations was that as a child, my dad was really into politics. He was mad into um, he was into it, man. He was into government. He was into not into government, but into learning about government. He was into learning about politics. He would read newspapers and articles and books about about you know about Lenin and Marx and Stalin and Ho Chi Minh and the Russian Revolution, and things about communism in general. Because he wanted to know. He wanted to know what his country fell to, and why it fell to it, and why people thought it was a good idea. So he learned about it, and whenever things like that got brought up in the house, I hated it. I hated hearing about it. I was like, Dad, I don't want to hear about the war. I don't want to hear about the theory behind it. I don't want to hear about the thought. I don't want to hear about Lenin. I don't want to hear about Marx. I don't want to hear about Stalin or Putin, whatever. And then eventually, one day as a kid, he told me, I think it was like a family dinner or something, but he was telling me that the day before I was born, it was snowing, and he had a dream that Santa Claus came up to him and told him that this upcoming son that's coming up is gonna be governor one day. And I thought that was funny, just kind of reflecting on it, just because now I'm in political science, but that's definitely not like what drives me is to be governor, because that doesn't sound fun. It sounds overwhelming, and sounds like gaining too much of public trust I don't think I can grip. But yeah, it's a little fun story. Anyway, I think that'll be it. I'm over time a lot, so I'll probably edit this down. But I'll see you guys later. Peace.